clear, ready to transmit. Pro fan hoops on the court, we got the game lit. Not talking highlight reels just for the common glance. We talking dedicated skills, taking every chance. From logo threes to rebounds, Chicago got the me-bounds. Asia got 3 chips, Las Vegas Aces in the town. You tune into the channel if you want to get the facts. Women's basketball is fire, no need to relax.
There we go. I was like, what the hell is going on? What's going on, y'all? Geno got the right one today. Geno Auriemma got the right one today. Dawn Staley was all up in his ass. And he was 100% wrong for that. I don't know what excuse he made up. Because what Dawn Staley said, I was like, if that's what he said, that sounded like somebody just looking for a reason to be pissed off. And then he walked back, didn't want to shake nobody's hands, didn't want to say nothing because he knew he had fucked up. He knew he did. He knew he had screwed up. He was 100% in the wrong. So, you know, it bees like that sometimes. Everybody get a turn. I don't care what sport you play. I don't care what it is. I don't care how long you've been coaching. Everybody gets a turn. Sometimes you're going to whoop ass. Sometimes your ass going to get whooped. And guess what? Tonight his ass got whooped. Number 1 in the country. You got cut down by that Philly girl. You better recognize. You better recognize. There's also somebody else that has been undefeated before and won a natty. So guess what? And you know what? I made sure I wasn't crazy. I went back and looked at this. Hold on for a second. Let me go back and let me bring y'all in on this. Let me bring in my second screen. Y'all see that? Y'all see that right there? That was me on March 30th. March 30th, I said this. I picked UConn to win the title. However, if South Carolina continues to play like this, they are going to win the natty. I said that on the 30th. And that was after UConn beat Notre Dame. They handled Notre Dame, but Notre Dame showed the warts that UConn had. And Tania Latson went to work tonight. Congrats to her. Congrats to her. I'm gonna try to I want to play the altercation, but I know if I play it, ESPN is gonna tag me for copyright. So you've seen it. Maybe hold on. Maybe some people got it on Twitter already. I don't know. But I'm gonna see if I can find it. But yeah, that was Dawn Staley. South Carolina got in that ass today. They had a couple of moments. AZ Fudd hit some threes. They went back to back on the 3 points, brought the game close, but South Carolina kept with it. I was worried because Joyce Edwards was getting down low in the paint, but for whatever reason, it seemed like she couldn't finish. She had that kind of lazy hook, and it just wasn't falling. And I was like, girl, why don't you just pull up? Pull up with an 8-foot jumper. So, but guess what? She got it done. She got it done. We nitpicking now. When you win, you nitpick. When you lose, you complain. Those are the rules. Those are the rules. And Geno Auriemma, you wanna bitch and moan about somebody, you got the right one today. Because Dawn Staley wasn't having it. And she chewed your ass right back to you. That was your first fuck around and find out. So now you know. Oh my God. That was a great game. And I'm so happy that Philly girl took it to him. Took it to him. Let's see what the box scores finally were. Joyce Edwards, 11-8. That was kind of mundane, but she came through. She was 5 for 14 from the floor. Oh my God. And she makes 3 more points or hits 3 more buckets. Man, she just around the rim. She was just on the struggle bus for some reason. 5 of 14. Sheesh. And South Carolina only hit 2 threes, 2 for 6, 33%. UConn 6 for 21. That's where they lost the game. The threes wasn't falling. 6 for 21, 29%. South Carolina got busy on the floor. They got busy on the floor. They watched that Notre Dame tape. They watched that Notre Dame tape for sure. They watched it. What's going on, 63 Mortis? John Gibbons, what's going on? AZ Fudd, not a number 1 pick in my opinion. I can't argue with you because she does. Everybody's saying the same thing. She done lost a little bit of her magic. Damn it! Why am I freaking purple again, man? This damn this damn camera, boy. Visual effects. Hold on. Hotkeys, full definition. There we go. We got there we go. Let's go brightness. Let's drop. Now we can go contrast. Let's go a little bit more bright. And a little bit right there. And just a tad bit of saturation. I'm like purple, man. What's going on? Looking all crazy. Here we go. At least I look halfway decent now. Not damn purple. My hand's still purple. No, we good. But yeah, man, AZ Fudd is not a number 1. I ain't gonna argue with you because this is one of these situations where to me, she's shown enough good to outweigh the bad. So I wouldn't pass up on her if I had a chance to get her. Let me say it like that. If you're not the number 1 pick, the number 1 pick is the foreign girl that they're gonna get. But yeah, if you had a chance to get AZ Fudd as your guard, if Chicago got a chance to get her, or I don't know, I'm not even sure. I gotta refamiliarize myself with the draft order. But I mean, I understand why everybody's saying that, but if I had a chance to get her, I'd get her. Because again, to me, the good outweighs the bad. So you can't just forget how to play. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'll say it again. Everybody get a turn. Everybody gets a turn. You win some, you lose some. So everybody get a turn, man. Yeah, that North Philly came out of dawn tonight, Nina. Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't wait to see the post-game presser for Geno, because they're gonna hit him. They're gonna hit him with it on that one. Matter of fact, let me see if that's on. It's got to be on YouTube or something, somewhere. Got to be on there somewhere. Come on now. Got to be on there somewhere. Searching. Nah, I don't see it yet. Let me try UConn. UConn post game. Press conference. This is post game. Dawn Staley up there now, so I don't know if they got to Geno yet. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep checking it though. I want to hear what his excuse was. If y'all see something, or if you got a link, put it in the chat. If you find a link with excerpts from the post game presser with Geno Auriemma, post it in the chat. Because if he didn't begin with "I apologize to Dawn Staley," he 14 karat wrong. So, and then they want to cover it up. The broadcaster's like, it was just intense. That was bullshit. That ain't got nothing to do with intense, because how many games has Geno Auriemma and UConn got the calls? This game, they didn't get the calls. Some of those calls were suspect. It was on both sides, though. It was on both sides. Some of those calls were suspect, but it was both sides. There was a couple of calls. They got Raymond Johnson on the foul going for an out of bounds ball. So it was some questionable stuff on both sides, but he bitching about they got 5 calls and this, that, and the other. Man, how many times have you been on the good side of that? Stop bitching. Stop bitching, man. Lost a lot of respect for Geno, man. You gonna end it like that? You the one talking about class personified and everything you want your ladies to do, and being mature, and you talk all of that shit about your players, and then you fail in the biggest of stages. You fail. Get out of here with that, man. And you know what? Lolita, listen. He is not a sore loser, but he was tonight. Because I've seen him give, extend grace. I don't know what it was tonight. I guess he was just in his feelings tonight because Dawn Staley got all it up in that ass tonight. So I guess he was just in his feelings. He had his first crash out. I don't even want to say what I want to say. I don't want to say what I want to say, but all I will say is Dave Chappelle talked about this when some people get their first moment. If you know, you know. I'm going to leave it right there. So he picked the right one today, though, because guess what? You know Dawn Staley ain't backing down. That North Philly jumped up real quick. And I'm going to let you know I am not one to be trifled with. Not on no foolishness. So I don't think Dawn Staley is going to make it up that he was mad at me because I didn't shake hands. And then they show the footage of them shaking hands before the game, pre-game. So again, that's how it is when you backed in the corner and you can't think of nothing to say and you just in your feelings, so you just blurt out the first thing that pops in your head. I don't know what he said, but again, Lolita, he is not a sore loser, but he was today. He crashed out today. So it is what it is. That is not going to look. It's just that's not a good look. That's not a good look. So now, if you want a beef, if you want a rivalry now, Dawn Staley's like, bring it on. Because guess what? AZ is gone. The only one you got now is Sarah. Now, don't get it twisted. Now, Sarah is a good one. Sarah Strong is no joke. Sarah Strong will be the best player in the country for the next 2 seasons. I think it'll be her and Hannah Hidalgo. Because Sarah Strong is no joke. But I said it the other day. Notre Dame showed UConn's warts. And South Carolina took advantage of it tonight. And they didn't even shoot well. They did not shoot well at all. They shot 38% from the floor. And their defense held UConn to 31%. UConn was 31% from the floor, 29% from 3, 6 for 21. They threes weren't falling. And guess what? Dawn Staley, 2 of 6. So what do? They take it in the paint, they take it to the rim, and they got that game going. So it was a defensive battle. How do you say that name? How do you say that? Is it a goat? Is it a go? Like the T is silent, or is it a got? I would think it would be a go like Gal Gadot. A goat Makir. I think it's not a goat like a goat, but he is super protective of this group because they are an insecure group. He said that, and Dawn's girls are confident. He lost his temper and embarrassed himself and the team 100%, bro. 100%. He got interviewed. It's on Twitter. All right, I'm gonna try to, because Twitter I can show it. But let me see if I can find it. If you send me the link, Panda. Because I don't see it yet, but I'm looking. Let me refresh. I see Sports Center. They got the thing between Dawn and Geno front and center, but they don't say what happened. Hold on. Yeah, you see he put his head down and he just walked away. I've seen Dawn and Geno do things together, so it wasn't a rivalry between. He crashed out. He just crashed out. What's up, JB? I appreciate you, bro. It's Agat. I'm big on trying to get people's names right. So it's Agat. Thank you. I want to pronounce it right. FanDuel posted it. All right, hold on. I got it. I just got it. I saw this. I saw that. That was not. I'm looking for post game. I'm looking for post game. I don't want to see that was going into the fourth quarter, I think. I want to see the post game press conference. I want to see, it's all over. That game, the game was still going on that one. I want to see what he said post game. I saw that one. He was bitching about the calls. Let me see. Yeah, see, this is what's on ESPN's homepage, the Final Four homepage. I saw that one too, but I don't see anything about the post game press conference. That's what I'm looking for, the post game press conference. So, yeah, I saw Dawn in the presser. The March Madness. I see the March Madness stuff. Okay, so now I'm looking at AZ FUD. So now that's AZ FUD right there. So I'm gonna let me see. Let's switch up to it must be over. Yep. I keep seeing the same piece. They show the actual argument. All right, here comes Geno. All right. I ain't gonna play the video, but I'm gonna have the audio going. This is Geno. Sarah Strong is there. Yeah, he looked like his blood pressure's up. So I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna let the audio play.
Joined by head coach Geno Auriemma, along with student athletes AZ FUD and Sarah Strong. We will begin with an opening statement from coach. Thank you.
Let me know if thumbs up if you can hear it okay.
We go into these games and we're kind of all over the place trying to think of how it's going to play out, all the different scenarios. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure that any of the scenarios that I thought about, involved us going on a run like we did that first half. But we were pretty focused and we were pretty locked in together, and that's the best half of basketball that the best 20 minutes that I've seen in a long time from our team. Not just this team, but it's happened other times, but this is about as good as it gets. At this time, we will open up the questions for student athletes.
Get the oh, he ain't gonna address it. That's weak sauce.
Questions for the student athletes. We'll go front right to Roger first.
That's weak sauce. That's weak, Gio. That's weak.
Easy. I know it's going to be difficult. Can you try to describe?
That's weak, Gino. Weak sauce, bro.
Going out 34 points in your final game at Gamble and just seemingly making every basket.
I think the best, what it felt like to me, I felt like I reached flow state for a second. My teammates were just finding me, sending me great screens. I don't even know. I just like I wasn't really thinking. When I was open, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna shoot it.
She was in the zone.
Questions for the student athletes? Yeah, we'll go front left here.
They ain't gonna let nobody ask Geno any other questions. That's bullshit. That's some weak ass shit right there. Ain't nobody got no questions for him. Everybody want to talk to Geno. That's why.
Amy, just what's it like, obviously, in this atmosphere? I know at the end you took, a photo with the students.
Get out of here. Get out of here, Geno. Lost a lot of respect today, bro. Lost a lot of respect.
Campbell's been home for the last 5 years, and when people say like no place compares, it really doesn't. No environment, the crowd, the fans, the students.
Oh, this is weak sauce.
Play here one last time. Have a great team win like we did tonight.
Weak sauce.
Questions for student athletes. We'll go back in the blue.
Don't nobody want to ask him nothing. They want to talk about Geno.
Daisy, do you have a favorite moment at Camp Pavilion during the 5 years here?
I don't know. There's been so many great moments, great wins. I don't know if I can pick just one.
Oh, this is some nonsense, man.
We'll go back to
This is some bull crap.
Easy. Why was it important for you to go to this and thank them, take pictures with them today?
I'm sorry. I don't want to hear nothing that AZ Fudd got to say right now. I want to hear what Geno's what his response is right now to this game.
The student section or the rest of the fans.
This is some bullshit.
Every single game. It means a lot.
He looking hella soft out there, man. He looking hella soft and hella soft. Facts, Carlos.
So just talk about the games you played. You're an elite player. You've had great games before, but have you seen anything quite like that?
I like you, Sarah. I ain't got no problem with you, Sarah Strong.
But I'm happy to see, her at her most confident self. It's going to be really important in the long run, and just really happy for her.
Excuses. Uh-oh. It went off. Oh, I gotta add. That's weak sauce, man. That's some bull jive right there, as Shannon Sharp would say. That's some bull jive. You get into the argument with the other coach, and you don't even address it. You don't apologize. You don't explain yourself. Nothing. That is some bullshit. And it's funny how they are making a point to say, does anybody have questions for the athletes, the student athletes? And it's you can hear a pin drop in there because everybody want to talk to Geno and he avoiding the question. Weak sauce. All respect gone for Geno Auriemma. I don't want to hear shit else about UConn no more. I don't. I want to hear nothing else about UConn. And I picked UConn to win. UConn is the winner in my bracket. But I'm gonna show up for that South Philly girl, that North Philly girl, I should say. Don't get it twisted. She representing all of Philly. All right, it's back on now. You hear fucking pin dropping there. Look at this. Oh, this is so awkward. And they know it. The players know. Ain't nobody asking the question.
Focusing from the New London day. Sarah, what coach said about that was as locked in as you guys have been.
Man, this is bullshit.
Start a game in the first half, you won 31-0 run. Is that like what was your
Heritage? Get out of here with that nonsense.
Start the game kind of, and did you feel like you were that ready to go for this game? Is that one of the best feelings that you've had in a game this year?
I would say so. I feel like it started at practice and shit around. I thought we were all on the same page and all, focused on our goal and focused on the other team. So I think it started there for anything.
For either of you, just kind of what was the expectation of Syracuse's defense going in, and how did it live up to that?
Syracuse? Did you say Syracuse's defense? Oh, no wonder. Hold on. No wonder. That was the wrong damn clip. Highlights. I don't. If that's the wrong clip, I don't see it.
Sarah is the kind of player.
Hold on, let me see. That's South Carolina. Let's try this one. That was looking at the wrong clip. This is the correct one. Hold on. Press conference feed.
Welcome back to the NCAA Women's Final Four National Championship press conference. Joining us on the stage are the UCONN Huskies. At this time, we will turn it over to questions for our student athletes.
Did the same thing.
Start with you, Mitch.
They don't want to ask Geno nothing.
Ms. Short from USA Today. Sarah, can you walk us through what happened there at the end of the third quarter with the jersey rip and then the jersey change?
It was an accident. Missed my shot. Ripped it by accident.
Oh, so she ripped her own jersey. And he was bitching about it? Get out of here.
We're going to go to our left, ladies.
Get out of here.
Kareem Copeland, ESPN. Izzy, can you talk about the challenge against their defense today? I think you guys were started.
Wow.
From behind the arc. Did you like the looks?
Wow. I'm outdone, man. I don't know what. I'm outdone. This is horrible.
Yeah, they were super aggressive on defense.
Yes.
Some of our shots were a little rushed. Some of our offense
Yes.
was a little rushed.
Exposed.
We
Exposed.
did get- I mean, we got
Sucker.
some good looks
I
on our offense, shots that we are
Soft.
taking.
Absolutely. Keep bringing the adjectives.
Very minimal. Or not.
Keep bringing the adjectives.
Take our next question from the back.
Geno mentioned about the calls he wasn't getting, and she tore her shirt. She tore her own shirt.
Roger Cleveland from Hearst Media. Easy, can you just sum up what Sarah's meant to the team this year? I mean,
Catching mistakes.
Oh my God.
And now
That is horrible. Man, that's soft as Charmin, dog. Wow. I'm outdone. I'm outdone. Hold on. I'm gonna fast forward this. Let me see if Geno even speaks. I'm searching. He ain't saying nothing. Hold on for a sec, man. I'm about to put this on like 1.5 speed. AZ's.
Obviously, this isn't how I wanted my career to end, but these 5 years, I have so much to be grateful for. I couldn't have asked for better teammates, better coaches, a better experience.
Well, your coach failed you at the end, so that's a shame.
College, and I know something we've talked about is how, this game, like I said, not how we wanted to end, but it doesn't define us, and what this team is, what this season was for us.
Like I said,
So
Lynn Scott, man, I
think
like Geno Auriemma up until this point. Up until 40 minutes ago, I was a fan of Geno Auriemma. But this is, you can call it just a bad moment, but yeah, you lost points on this one, bro, big time. Ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun.
Take one from Zoom. Jennifer, you may proceed with unmuting your line and asking your question.
Appreciate you, Carlos.
Hi, AV. Jennifer Porty from Let's Talk Women in Basketball. What's the biggest lesson you learned while playing at UConn? And also with the WNBA draft approaching.
Yeah, you can't. You got to take the good with the bad, man. And you got to be, you got to show respect. And
one thing with this team is just
you got to be gracious in your loss. And Geno acting like a little kid.
play together, be able to play with a team that really
So-
cares about you, cares for you. You can push each other.
Dwayne Thomas, is that my cousin, Dwayne Thomas?
Which is, I feel like it changes the game of basketball completely. So, I think that.
Holla at me, fam, if that's you.
Seeing no additional hands in the room, we want to thank you for your time this afternoon and
What?
for allowing us to see such an incredible season.
All right, Geno gonna stay? All right, he's staying. So,
At this time, we will turn it over to questions for Coach. We'll start with Doug and we'll move our way around.
all right, here we go.
Hey, Coach Doug Farber, DAP. What exactly happened at the end of the game in the last second of the handshake behind you? That's all I had to say. And nothing.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Nothing.
What?
We'll come up to the front.
What?
It's Aya Appy for the 9450. So there are notable UCONN alums such as David Staley, Paige Becker, Maya Moore,
I'm done.
Cash, and Caitlin Chen in the house tonight.
I don't want to hear shit else he got to say. I don't want to hear nothing else he got to say. That was some weak ass, punk ass bullshit. That was wow. You messed around and had your FAFO moment, and you can't even answer the question. You won't even want to live up to what you said, because the truth be told, in a game like tonight, it's a hot mic somewhere on that court that caught what was said, because they do, you know, they're going to do a recap of the game and all of that kind of stuff. They got microphones everywhere. Trust me, I was just at NFL Films. I know how this sausage is made. They got microphones everywhere. So I guarantee you it's on tape somewhere what he said. And he can't even admit it. Get the hell out of here, Geno. We done with you, bro. Done. Done. Geno full of shit. He's soft like butter. You don't want to own up to your shit, because guess what? If y'all would have been the winners, would you have had the same reaction when you went through the handshake line? If you would have won the game? Hell no, you wouldn't have. Get out of here. Everybody gets a turn. You win some, you lose some. The same thing was said last year about all the calls UConn was getting last year. But you know what? They still did what they had to do. They made more shots than everybody else. Sarah Strong was the best player in the tournament. It wasn't AZ Fudd last year. It was Sarah Strong. She should have won the most valuable player of the tournament, in my opinion. But you could nobody say nothing, because y'all was getting the calls. Now it's somebody else's turn. And now you gonna crash out now? Get out of here. Get out of here. Done with you, Geno. No more love. No love for you, bro. It's time for you to hang it up. It's time for you to hang it up, bro. If you can't even own up to your shit, when it's, man, it's in digital, bro. Wow. Exactly, Dwayne. If Dawn had acted like that, she was mad at the way the game was going last year. But you know what? At the end of the game, she didn't offer no excuses, and she shook everybody's hand and she walked off the court. She wasn't happy with some of the calls, but more importantly, she wasn't happy with the way her team was playing. She took her lumps. Get out of here, man. Nothing. I ain't get nothing. I can't nothing. Get the hell out of here with that bullshit. I'm so disappointed in him, I don't know what to do. That is a damn shame. Wow. I don't know what to say. I just keep saying that. Like, I don't know what the I don't know how to act on this one. Because this is not what I would expect from someone like a Geno Auriemma status. It's okay if you get mad because you didn't win the calls or you didn't get the calls that you wanted, but to act like that at the end of it, nah, dog, nah. And you trying to you want to act like you the epitome of success, and you want to tell the NCAA what they doing wrong with the schedules and this, that, and you want to lead the pack on what's wrong with college basketball and NIL, and you got everything to say about all of that. But when it comes to your own actions, Your own actions in the game that's on national TV, you ain't got shit to say? The fuck out of here. Get out of here, Geno. We done with you, bro. Done. All respect gone, man. All respect gone. So they got in your ass tonight. Dawn Staley, South Carolina Gamecocks, belt to ass to them UConn Huskies. You ain't got nothing to say. Nothing. Nothing. The hell out of here, man. I'm so damn disappointed in that. I don't know what to do. I'm a Dawn Staley fan. I'm a South Carolina fan, and I picked UConn to win the tournament. And you gonna act like that? I picked y'all because I thought y'all had the better squad this year. But again, like I said, like I pulled up my little Twitter feed. Shout out to Niele Ivey and Notre Dame, who exposed all of them warts. Man. Bruh. Blank. It's like, bruh, I don't. It's part of the deal when you a coach. You supposed to be leading the way on how your team's supposed to act. You supposed to be the head dog in charge. You supposed to be setting the tone. You supposed to be setting the example. And you gonna do that? You ain't got nothing to say? You could at least said, well, I don't have nothing to say. I'm gonna go talk to Coach Staley personally. You could have spun that any way you wanted to make it look better than what you just did. And what makes it worse is he's smart enough to know that. He's been in this game long enough. He's smart enough to know that. But you in your feelings right now. Oh my God. So yeah, man. That's the adjective I'm using today, man. Soft. Soft. Carl Anthony Towns soft. Damn. Yeah, man. They did what they were supposed to do. Geno just walked off the field like a little. Let me shut up. Might be kids watching this. Nah, man. Stuck in your ways ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't got nothing. Stuck in your ways ain't got nothing to do with that. That's all Geno. That ain't stuck in your ways. Let me be honest with you. And I could be wrong. If you've seen something different in the chat, let me know. I personally have never seen Geno Auriemma act like that. I've seen him be pissed off at things. I've seen him have fiery pre and post game pressers. I've seen all of that. I have never seen that. I've never seen him act like that. I've never seen him deny what he just did on national television and not own up to it. Zero accountability. I've never seen that out of him. That is some bullshit. Yep, ego and pride. Listen, man, that's one of the biggest issues we got right now. Everybody into their ego, can't admit they was wrong, but again, I don't know what to say. You know, he done been in this situation before. He done lost games before. He know how this works. Because if somebody did it to him, you would be feeling some kind of way. But guess what? Now it's your turn, and you can't even do what's supposed to be right. Man, that's some bullshit right there. His name is Geno now. Yeah, couldn't even get it in check before the presser. I don't know. Leather strap ass whooping. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh my God. I'm like so disappointed in that. Because I expect, even in a loss, I would expect more from him. You got to be humble at some point in time. And if you don't want to be humble, that's fine. But you got to have accountability for what you did, because you asking for accountability for everybody else. Now you can't give it. That's weak sauce, Geno. That's weak sauce. Mm-mm. I felt bad because I was playing the wrong clip in the beginning, but the actual live clip is worse than the other one. Oh my gosh. That is absolutely horrible. Geno Auriemma, that was absolutely horrible. That was deplorable. That was embarrassing for UConn. You should get fined for that shit. That's crazy. Shout out to this Philly girl, Dawn Staley. That's right, Tiff. Ain't no room on South Carolina's team. Dawn Staley just signed an 8th grader. She ain't playing. Oh, that was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. Let me see if I can pinpoint if Dawn says anything about. Let me see. Hold on. Here we go. Let me see what Dawn say. All right. Let me see. I'm gonna play Dawn's comments.
Seeing no additional questions for our student athletes, ladies, want to thank you for your time this evening and best of luck on Sunday.
All right. Hold on for a second. Let me see if I can. Nah, you know what? Nah, I ain't. I was gonna try to bring it on film, bring it on camera. I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it. This is the March Madness website, and I don't even want to risk it playing this live and getting popping some kind of copyright. So you know what? I'm just gonna leave the audio. I'm not gonna try to put it on video. I ain't even gonna risk it. So this is Dawn Staley. She by herself now. Lakia and who's that? Joyce
Open
Edwards.
up questions for Coach Meg. We're going to start with you. We'll go Meg, Jonathan, Mitch.
It's Nick Hall with USA Today. A two-part question for you. One, if you can shed any light on the conversation you had with Geno right before the buzzer there ended. And two, last year to this year, obviously, is a big swing from Final Four game. Can you just describe the emotions of last year's Final Four game losing and then today winning and just any sort of redemption or anything that you might feel?
Well, you can ask Geno the question. You know, he's the one that has initiated the conversation. I don't want, what happened there to dampen what we were able to accomplish today. And the difference is, experience. I think losses when you have losses that hurt, but you really understand the why. I think UConn was a really well-oiled machine, and if you didn't have disruption and consistent disruption, and you allow them to play as freely as they want to play and shoot as freely as they shoot, they're very efficient and very, very good. Our whole objective was to get them to shoot as inefficiently as possible. Make them put the ball on the floor. Don't give them as many
Defense wins championships. Can't win if they can't score.
Really locked in to that. They were scrappy. They were in gap help. They were contested shots. UConn got back in the game and they were unbothered, right, by it. They knew what they had to do. And I'm just proud because quite honestly, to play them the first time we played them last year, which was in February, I think, or January.
Does that have meaning for you in a moment like this?
You said 4 of the last 5?
I believe it's 4. What is it?
Yeah, she's not going to address it, but she don't have to because she's 100% right. She didn't initiate that. That was all Geno. So ask the question to him. And when they did, he had no answer. So I can live with that. It's not on her to answer it. Not on her to answer it. So yeah, big baby, sore loser. Hey, all them adjectives, all of them. UConn played one top 10 team all year. I don't know why they played such a soft schedule this year. Poorly. Hey, a lot of people said that, man. You ain't the only person that said that, Kev. You're not the only person that said that. So you get what you get. Who said it earlier? Ain't no fun when the rabbit got his gun. Sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you. Well, guess what? Dawn Staley put belt to ass today. That's for sure. That is for sure. Poor- Geno's first apology should be to Caitlin Clark. Now he knows how it feels not getting a special fucking whistle. Man, you ain't saying nothing, brother. 100% right there. 100%. I wouldn't say his kingdom is crumbling. As long as you got Sarah Strong, they're gonna be right back in the mix next year. Unless something happens or Sarah gets hurt. And not for nothing, they got Kaylee Heckle. Kaylee Heckle was doing the damn thing when she was at SC with Juju Watkins. I thought Kaylee Heckle was gonna stay at Southern Cal when Juju got hurt. This would have been her team this year. Kaylee Heckle is nasty. So with Sarah Strong and Kaylee Heckle together, that's a good 1-2 combination because that girl is nice. So I would expect Geno to, I mean, come on. UConn just reloads. They one of them teams. They just reload. So he'll be fine. They'll be back in it. Now, is Kaylee Heckle going to end up being better than AZ Fudd? I don't know. Them some big shoes to fill, but Kaylee Heckle is nice. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. So I'm not buying his kingdom is crumbling. He just got. He just got. So, but I'm still like supremely disappointed. I'm still supremely disappointed in Geno Auriemma. You gotta give an answer. You gotta give an answer for your actions. You have to give an answer. Take some accountability for what you did and how you came across. Because the optics of it are not good. And you know it. That's why you acting the way you acting. You know how kids act when they know they caught in a lie and they don't want to admit it. So they just like, they'll shake their head and don't want to say nothing. Like, that's what he acting like. No, nothing. They ought to make t-shirts with his face on it. They're just like, nothing. Get out of here, man. You weak ass shit. So that's crazy, man. That's crazy. He ought to be ashamed of himself. He ought to be ashamed of himself. Maybe he does need to speak with PR first. I don't know. What's up? What's going on, my guy? Man, I've been going off on Geno for the whole hour, bro. That was like so low class. Like, I done lost a ton of respect for him, man. I done lost a ton of respect. Matter of fact, hold on while I'm thinking about it, man. I don't wanna hog. Hold on. Cause I'll drop the mic. I'll drop the link if anybody wanna jump on and you know me. I don't wanna if anybody wanna jump on. This is some bullshit. I'm not used to seeing Geno Auriemma do this. But you know what? The proof is in the pudding. You can't hide from this. This was just ugly on your part. This was childish. If whatever other adjectives and however you want to describe it, it's not a good look for the university, for UConn. Just the optics of this are not good. Not good at all. Yeah, he mad because his squad got beat. So, but again, I never would have, out of anybody, when you get some nonsense from the coaching staff after the game, I would even understand it during the game. If you bitching about a call, if you trying to get something stirred up with your team. I know a lot of people do that. That's nothing new where a coach will get tossed or get a tech to get the team fired up. Even something on that level, I would understand. Even the thing I played when he was bitching about in the third quarter about not getting the call, but he wrong on that because Sarah Strong said she tore her own jersey. It was her fault. So he even wrong in that analysis of it. But you can't even admit your bullshit. You ain't got nothing to say. You can't even admit that you was wrong and just keep it moving. Now, everybody going to have a million questions for you. Everybody's going to have a million questions for you. So, man, listen. So disappointed in him. So disappointed in him. That's a damn shame. Well, I shouldn't say. Maybe it is what it is. Maybe everybody finally getting a real glimpse of what's happening when the emperor has no clothes. You know what I'm saying? So she tore her jersey like she was all good. I got to go back and see it. I had to run out and get something to eat. So I got my car Bluetooth on and I'm watching ESPN on my phone and I'm listening to it through the car. So I'm listening to the audio of the game, but I'm not seeing nothing. And I think when that happened, I must have either been in the store or bringing food in the house or something. I don't know. But I mean, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. What's up, Brooklyn?
What's good? Am I up?
You up, bro?
Oh, it was good. I thought I was in the background. What's going on?
Nothing much, man. What's good with you?
Ain't not much, man. It's good. It's good to hear your voice, man, and listen to you commentate. Geno crazy ass.
Man, I was so disappointed in that, bro. I'm sorry. That was horrible.
I look at it two ways, coach. On one hand, I gotta give him some type of credit because, he's been there more than anybody else, and in the times he lost, at least from my knowledge, I don't think he ever showed any low class like this before. But on the other hand, you got to hold him accountable because again, I'm an Angel Reese fan, and I seen what they did to her or what they do to her every time she says something wrong in the media. They hold her to the fire. So you got to hold him, especially since he doubled down on it. It'd be one thing if he came to the podium and said, you know what, I may have misread this one. Because it was understandable. From what I understand, I think he said that Dawn didn't shake his hand at the end. And in the beginning, and she did. But what he was talking about, but what he was talking about is, I don't know why he did it, or maybe it's tradition, but he went back out there after that to shake her hand again. I guess he wanted that moment, and she never came. So I guess he took that personal, but I think in Dawn's mind was like, yo, we shook hands already. So, she probably wasn't even thinking about it.
She was on to the next.
And he was, he went out there to shake hands again. So he took that personal, which I can't really understand why you would take that personal. I wouldn't take it personal if I was in his position. I'd just walk back to my best.
When you did that, and then now she in her flow.
Yeah, she ready to win a game.
Exactly.
At this point. So so I don't really understand why he was so upset about that. But the fact that he doubled down when he went to the podium, you got to hold him accountable. And that was childish of him. And he need to man up. He need to ask himself, is it time for him to walk away? Is that what it is? Like what got you this upset? You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. Is
it you feel like is it because you feel like you got a Savage Strong, you got a championship team, you on top of the world, ain't nobody supposed to touch you when you got one of these teams? Is that what is it to make you feel like you get what I'm saying?
Why you gonna crash out over this?
Right. So
if it's because you lost the game, then make it because you lost the game. Just go ahead and say it. But his actions were just it was
childish.
So hopefully, ain't no hopefully. He had his opportunity to say what he wanted to say, but he chose to, like I said, he sounded like a kid that just was so mad that they couldn't say nothing.
Right.
So it looked childish to me, man. And I flip it because everybody gonna do the same thing. If Dawn Staley had acted like this,
that's what I'm saying. You know how I'm gonna keep the same energy type of person. Once I see you do it to one person, I'm like, you got to do it to everybody now. So that's why I said I want to give him credit because of the other times he lost. I do understand that from what I understand because I'm new to the sport. I feel like he kept it classy in his other losses. but the fact that he doubled down, it ain't like, because we all listen. I'm one of those people who understand that none of us is perfect. So and I understand that I have low moments, and I understand that I don't want to be judged if I make a mistake, right? But as a man, we all know, like, once you make a mistake, how you respond from that mistake is what really matters.
That's
so the fact that
everything.
Exactly. So the fact that he's doubling down right now just makes him look worse. It's like, okay, you made a mistake, bro. We all see that. You could have fixed it. You could have cleaned it up.
Yep.
But you doubling down makes it look childish. It makes it look a lot worse. So
it makes it look even worse, man. I'm sorry, man. That is embarrassing for UConn, in my opinion.
Exactly. And then also to add on to what we're saying, Coach, I mean, obviously the history goes past last year. UConn and South Carolina got a long history, but the fact that they won in such a fashion last year blew South Carolina out, and Dawn was so classy about it. Even last year, he was talking his ish. I remember last year, Dawn was trying to big up Asia Wilson and give her credit, and he was throwing shots, subliminal shots about, you only won one, you know what I mean? Like he was, so he when he won his high horse, he throw his little shots, and so it's like you can't be paid. You gotta lose with class, and like I said, he lost with class before, so we understand that, but you got to be held accountable for this time, though.
Absolutely, man. And losing with class before makes it even worse, because now I know you know how to do it. So
Exactly.
Because it was us. You better stop playing with me. But guess what? He got the right one tonight.
That's a fact. Dawn wasn't having it.
Dawn was not having
it. And I like how she handled it. She kept it classy herself. She said, you know what? I'm not gonna allow what happened between us to take any, shine away from what happened on the court. Because that's what's most important. So
she played it perfect because she didn't owe an explanation. He did.
Exactly.
He did. So appreciate you, Brooklyn, man. Glad you stopped through, bro.
Absolutely. I'm always, appreciate you for having me.
You got it, brother. I'll let you later, man.
All right, brother.
So yeah, man, that's I can't stop thinking about that, man. Just that burns me up, because I know if it would have been Dawn that did it, we would not hear the end of it. And this is just my opinion. I don't think Dawn Staley has still gotten her flowers from going undefeated. Now, I know it all came on the lucky shot by Camila Cardoso, but sometimes that's the way it works. And speaking of which, just want to throw this little nugget out here. When Camila Cardoso made that shot, when she hit that three and they beat Tennessee for the SEC title, Tennessee fired their coach. That's how they got Caldwell. And why is Caldwell still got a job? Because everybody just left that team. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I don't know. Just one of them things make you go, yeah, man, full of shit. Absolutely. I'm with you 100%. He full of shit. He full of shit. Because if it was us, we'd be called every name in the book. They call us everything but a child of God. So, yep. And a lot of people don't remember that. They don't talk about that much now that since Pat passed away. But you are 100% correct. But at the end of the day, it's all ego. He don't want to swallow his pride. He butt hurt because he going home, and Dawn's still playing. So, and again, I picked UConn to win. I thought AZ and Sarah Strong was the team to beat, was the duo to beat. And they got beat. I wasn't wrong. They were the team to beat, and they got beat. They got. Everybody get a turn. Sarah Strong, another mundane game. She had a mundane game against Notre Dame, and she had 12 and 12. She had a double-double, but only 12 points. 4-16 from the floor. 4-16 from the floor. Ashlyn Shade was your second leading scorer with 10 points. KK Arnold only had 2 points. AZ Fudd, 3 of 15 from the floor, 2 of 9 from 3. They couldn't hit a mirror in the bathroom. 29% from three, 31% from the floor. 19 of 61 on the floor. South Carolina defense did their damn job. Dawn Staley said it. We got to make the shots ugly for them, uncomfortable for them, and get in their grill. You can't win if you can't score. That's it in a nutshell. That's it in a nutshell. Congratulations, Dawn Staley. Philly girl represent. Man, you know what? I might have to go out and I might have to get me some Dawn Staley merch. I ain't gonna lie. I might have to get me some South Carolina merch just for this. If they win the title, I'm getting me a South Carolina t-shirt. Done deal. If they win the title, I'm getting a South Carolina t-shirt. I'm getting me some merch. Get me some merch. Dawn Staley do too much for this game for her to be disrespected like that. Way too much. So I said the same thing, but you think that's going to happen? He might address it sometime next season. Get out of here. Strike while the iron's hot, bro. Some bullshit. Geno, Auriemma, man, go cook your damn meatballs or some shit. Since you can't act right. Matter of fact, you go to bed with no dinner. How's that? Oh my God. Well, let me see. What's the score now? Let me go back. I've been so into this. I ain't even looked at the score of the other game. Damn. 17-20 at halftime? What is this, a high school game? What in the 17-20? Wow. What's Madison Booker got 2 points. Rory Harmon got 8. Lauren Betts has got 6. And Kiki Rice, she got a zipper. She ain't got nothing. Sienna Betts, nothing. You know what, man? Lauren Betts, something I've been seeing about her, like Lauren Betts has gotten better than she was last year. However, for some reason, at her size, it seems to me like she should dominate a little bit more. Is that just me? She's good, but she ain't great. And I think she should be great. Why isn't she great? That's what I don't get. She averaging 17 and 8. 17.2 points a game, 8.6 this season, 3 assists. 57%, basically 58% from the floor, 57.9. So that's good, but that's not great. You know what I'm saying? And I think Lauren Betts should be great at 6'7". But Lauren Betts suffers from big girl disease. Big girl disease is Lauren Betts been the tallest girl in the gym since she probably started playing basketball, because both her parents are tall. Her dad was what, 7'1" or something? He played in the NBA, and his mom looks tall, but like she was probably always the tallest girl. And the reason why I call it big girl's disease, Gustafson in the W, DeWanna Bonner. Who else? Lauren Betts, Camila Cardosa. Would I say Jonquel Jones? But my point is that when you have big girls disease, you have always been the biggest girl in the gym, so you don't jump. If you 6'4", 5, 6, or 7, and you can't jump like Dominique Malonga, you can't get above the rim like she can. Why? My question is, why not? Brittany Griner, Candace Campbell, Candace Parker. They can get above the rim. But how come is so like somebody like Kiki Iriafen? I know Kiki can dunk. Why doesn't she dunk in the game? The only last person I see dunk in the game, I saw all of them clips when Toby Fournier was dunking with 2 hands in high school. I have yet to see her dunk in the game. Kiki Iriafen, I saw her workout tape one summer. She was throwing it down with ease. I have yet to see her do that in the game. Dominique Malonga and Ashlyn Watkins. Ashlyn Watkins, when she was still playing for South Carolina, she dunked in the game one time. One time. I ain't seen it since. Well, then she got hurt and then she got kicked off the team or whatever. But that's why I'm like, with this new contract year, the new CBA that the WNBA got, I'm like, Dominique Malonga, every chance you get to dunk that ball, you need to be dunking that ball. Throw that shit down with authority. Every chance you get. Let everybody know, because ain't nobody else doing it. And when you do it, can't nobody stop you. And I've seen Dominique Malonga throw it down with people guarding. Like she don't need a fast break. Same thing with Kiki, but for whatever reason, Kiki just don't do it. I don't know. So Brittany Griner, I don't want to see Brittany Griner dunk on, in Unrivaled. I don't want to see that. Brittany had her opportunity. She dunked in a couple NBA games. She could go up with two hands. I know she had that one dunk where she hung on the rim and all of that, but she ain't doing that now. She too old. She carrying too much weight. You taking all that testosterone, you build muscle. So guess what? You a hell of a lot heavier than you used to be. Muscle weighs more than fat. So when she did that dunking Unrivaled, that was a one-handed dunk, and she barely got her hand over the rim. She dunked it, though, but I don't want to see that from her. I want to see some of these young guns do it. I want to see Toby Fournier throw it down. I want to see Kiki Iriafen throw it down. I want to see Dominique Malonga throw it down every chance you get. And now that they're getting paid this new CBA money, y'all better take advantage of that. I think her draft stock may have dropped a little bit because everybody's asking the same question. I think she's still good. I think she's still one of the best, but it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Brooklyn, I have yet to see Tierra McCowan dunk. And she looked like she's too big to dunk. She is not, and it don't look like she got hops like that. But she's what, 6'7"? She another 6'7"? But I've never seen her dunk. Kalani Brown. I want to see it, man. Yeah, like you talking about with the new CBA deal, all of the endorsement deals that are available for these women now, especially if the very few that can actually dunk in the game. I want to see it. Hold on, I'm trying to look at Kalani Brown's dunk. If I see it on YouTube. UConn's KK Arnold. Nope. Every dunk in NCAA women's history. This is every dunk in NCAA history. Army versus Tennessee. That's Candace Parker. That was Candace Parker when she was still at Tennessee. And she dunked in traffic. Somebody was coming to stop the fast break. And even Candace Parker barely got her hand over the rim. It was still nasty, though. And she did it again, baseline. So she went on and did it. So I ain't mad at her for that. Do it in traffic. That's what they needed. That's what I want to see. But let me see. Now that's Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner, she threw it down with two hands and she hung on the rim. That was at Baylor. See, it's a lot of Baylor. It's a lot of. Well, hell, this is only two people. Nah, I know Ashlyn Watkins dunked in the game before, but Belibis, somebody from Stanford, that was 4 years ago. Toby Fournier, she was dunking in high school, but I want to see it in the game. I want to see it in the game. So maybe we'll see it. Maybe they'll get it. I don't know. Yeah, man, that was a clown move. That was definitely a clown move, man. So But all right, man, I'm about to get up out of here. Great conversations tonight. I appreciate Brooklyn for coming on. Listen, next week, I'll be going. I'm switching my days. So here's my schedule for next week. Monday, and I'm changing my times. I'm not going to go at 10 o'clock. I'm going to go at 9 o'clock. Monday at 9. Tuesday is at 8. Me and Tone do the Bald Eagles podcast at 8 p.m. We might push it back to 8:30 because Tone got a new job and sometimes the timing. So it's supposed to go off at 8, but sometimes we got to push it back to 8:30. But every Tuesday, me and Tone at 8 o'clock, Bald Eagles podcast. Wednesday, I'm starting something new. I'm going to do, I'll be live streaming. I'm asking for guests to come on the show. We're going to do, trying to get rapid fire people to come on the show to give their opinion about whatever. It doesn't matter. Everything's on the table. Basketball, football, baseball, hockey, curling, Olympics, flag football, whatever you want to talk about. You got 2 minutes. You get the floor is yours for 2 minutes, and then we can talk about your comments, your hot take, your opinion, whatever it is. That is on Wednesday. Thursday at 9 o'clock again. It'll be my live stream. And then I'm taking Friday off. I'm not going to do Fridays anymore unless something is going on, unless it's a game or something like that, like something like tonight, Final Four. But normally I didn't prepare. I didn't promote that I was going live tonight. I just saw the game and I was like, I got to talk about this shit. So appreciate everybody coming on with me. Great conversation, man. Great conversation. Make sure if you haven't hit that like button, make sure you subscribe. I'm almost at 9,000, trying to get there. And then we can start that trek to 10K. We moving, getting organic growth. There's more people that I'm drafting to my team every day. We had a couple people join and get subscribed today. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining my squad. We growing. My team is growing. You know how we do. I appreciate y'all. Keep tuning in. And next time you come in on Monday at 9 o'clock when you join me for our live stream on Monday, bring a friend. Tell somebody about me. We're going to make this thing pop. All right? Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. God is good. He is risen. Enjoy your Easter weekend. Eat lots of eggs. Spend time with family. And just enjoy yourself. Enjoy God's grace. And I'm going to see y'all in the good one. All right? Holla at y'all Monday. Talk to you later. Peace. And as usual, go Birds. Let me see. I got to get used to playing my intro for the outro too. So I'm trying to work on that. There we go. All right. I will holler at y'all later. See you Monday. Enjoy your holiday.
We clear, ready to transmit. Pro fan hoops on the court, we got the game lit. Not talking highlight reels just for the common glance. We talking dedicated skills, taking every chance. From logo threes to rebounds, Chicago got the me-bounds. Asia got 3 chips, Las Vegas aces in the town. You tune into the channel if you want to get the facts. Women's basketball is fire, no need to relax.